What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/IDontWorkHereLady. Alright, this story's called Crazy Lady Blames Me Because She Can't Read a Sign. Hey Reddit, first time poster. I was watching YouTube earlier today and saw Red Wheels videos. I've now watched about 15 of them and it made me remember a story that happened last year to me. Sorry for any formatting on mobile and sorry that the story is extremely long. So a little backstory. At the time, I was 20. I've been working at a business park for a car wash who cleans pretty much everyone in the offices near us cars. We wear red or blue polo shirts with the car valeting name logo on them and our own name next to it. Important. With black cargo pants, and recently, some offices were becoming vacant due to either moving elsewhere or financial collapse. It happened a lot, surprisingly. So last year, I was working on a car valeting lot in an office business park. On this business park, we clean nearly 70 people's cars, so it's hard to remember who's who. However, on this very special day, this happened. There was 4 of us working. We've all just arrived to the lot, set up all the equipment, unpacked all we needed, and the other 3 went to the surrounding offices to collect keys from office workers who have used us for years and trust us to move their cars ourselves. One of us always stays with the equipment just to be safe. When a woman slowly drives up past our valeting lot, seemingly looking for a specific office building when she pulls up right next to me. Now, I'm 6 foot tall, wearing the red polo of the company, on my phone and checking my bank account to see if I got paid from the previous month. Pay was due the day before. Back turned to the woman at this point. Not being rude, just knowing we have signs up saying what we are and how to contact us to book your car in for a wash. I hear her lightly cough 2 times, but think nothing of it. Then she clears her throat a little loud for me to turn my head to look at her for a quick second. When she grabs me by my shoulder, turning me around, looking me up and down, then smacks the phone out of my hand and yells, "Well, I should have known. Ignoring me for your phone. That phone shouldn't even be in your hands or at this place of work. It should be in your locker." I look at her, confused, like, what the actual hell, lady? I shrugged my shoulder to get her off of me, stepping back, trying to comprehend what just happened. She cuts me off. "Here, take my car, you inconsiderate brat, and park it up at Office 3 Bay 6, my personal parking space. Nowhere else, Office 3 Bay 6. She walks off towards her car. I pick up my phone and check it over for any damage. It's fine. When she storms back over to me, we'll call this woman Crazy Lady. Then there's me, site manager, and boss. The Crazy Lady walks up to me again, shaking her head, looking like she's frothing from her mouth in anger and pure rage, snatching my phone away from me and throwing it away from us. "What the heck, lady? That's brand freaking new!" "I told you you shouldn't have it here." "It's my own personal phone, and you have..." She cuts me off. "I don't give a damn if it's your phone or not. I'm in charge here, and I'm telling you. Now take my car and park it up in Office 3, Bay 6. Crazy Lady then proceeds to throw her keys at me and points to her car before yelling, "Now move it!" Out of instinct, I caught the keys, then said, "I don't know what you think we do, but..." I turn around with my arms out. "We don't have to move people's cars around for them unless..." She screams at me, a literal primal scream. "Go move my car now, you bastard! I'm going to the manager and getting you written up for this laziness and refusal to work!" Listen, miss. Stop talking back to me and move the car!" At this point, the site manager arrives on the scene to check around all the offices, make sure everyone's okay, and see if there's anything that might need some work done so he can organize any repairs. He's a nice guy. I tried to explain again to the lady that we don't just move cars around for anybody and that they have to be booked in for a wash. Tried being the key word. When site manager approaches. "Hey Sam," not my real name, "who else is on with you today, and do you have your passes this time?" "Hey site manager, yeah, they're in the office." I point to our little shack where we take breaks and keep keys organized. And it's just me, boss, Brian, and John today. "Who the hell cares about that? Move my freaking car already!" Site manager looks visibly confused. Excuse me, who are you? Crazy lady then puts her hand over site manager's mouth and yells, "I'm first, wait your turn!" Then moves her hand and slaps site manager. "Now, move the car!" Site manager dropped to his knee, holding his face, when my boss comes running over. "What the hell just happened?" He immediately tries helping up site manager. "Finally, someone in charge and in control. These two men just insulted me and berated me for about 5 minutes. I just wanted my car moving into my..." She looks at me with a deathly glare. "Office 3, Bay 6 private parking spot, so I can go to a meeting. And these two just made me late, the foul-mouthed punks. They should be fired and kicked off this site." "Lady, why did you slap him? I saw it happen. And why would he move your car?" My phone pings from the floor. Boss turns around and looks. "And whose phone is that?" "It's my..." Crazy lady cuts me off again. "It's mine! That little bastard stole it and threw it on the floor, then continued to insult me with him." "Look, lady, I want you to take your keys back." He takes the keys from me and drops them on the floor in front of her. "And get the heck off my side, or I swear to God I will call the cops and screw your day up." Site manager never swears and is always polite. This came as a real shock to us all. "You can't tell me what to do. You're nobody, while me, I'm somebody. I run and manage this entire business park." "It's true, ma'am. He's the one in charge. I just run the valeting bay here." Boss went to pick up my phone during this and handed it back to me. "I believe this is actually yours as well, not hers, right? Unless she's got you on her lock screen." "Yeah, thanks." I quickly put it in my pocket. Crazy lady just stands there, dumbfounded, seemingly trying to process everything going on, before picking up her keys and dangling them in front of me. "Just go move my car, and I won't have to call the police." Site manager then grabs the keys and pockets them. "Ma'am, he's not moving your car, and in fact, you're coming with me till the police arrive. You've not only treated him," me, "like dirt, you clearly have something wrong with you, and even slapped me for no apparent reason. What was the office number again?" To me, "Office 3. "Oh, the newest one. Convenient. They're also 2 months behind on rent. That wouldn't have been your doing, would it?" To crazy lady. Boss calls for the police, moving away from the situation. "Wait, what do you mean you're waiting with me for the cops? I'm calling them on you!" "Did she hit you at all, or just me?" "No, just threw my phone. Twice." Site manager grabs crazy lady by her arm. "All right, ma'am, I'm placing you under citizen's arrest till the police come. You can come to my office and we'll show the officers the cameras and everything that's happened." Crazy lady slaps him again and tries running to her car, but her heel breaks off her shoe and she falls to the ground, screaming for help and that we're trying to violate her. Site manager helps her back up right as the cops arrive on scene, when boss says to me, "Come on, we've got work to do," and we walk away. About 2 hours later, the crazy lady gets put into a cruiser, kicking and screaming before yelling at me, "This is your fault!" Apparently, she kept resisting arrest in the office and denying everything, even though it was all caught on camera. A tow truck later arrived after they left with her and towed her car away. Crazy lady was never seen again to this day a year later. The site manager told us at the end of the day that she doesn't even work at that office or any office on that site and was truly just crazy. That is weirdly terrifying. Now I'm kind of in the mood to watch a really scary movie. Recommend some in the comments below. I'm hard to scare though. For example, I found The Conjuring kind of funny when they were all flying around the room and stuff. The Curse of La Llorona was kind of scary though. I like that movie. I saw that in theaters. That was kind of creepy. Not scary, just creepy. Anyway, sorry, that was really off topic. This lady has obvious issues. Holy crap, did she forget her meds? I feel like that's something that could happen if someone doesn't take their meds. That could just be bad media representation, but I feel like some people actually do need medication in order to not act like this. This one's called Why I Love Being Autistic. Yes, English is my first language, and forgive me for I am on mobile. So, I am autistic, Asperger's to be specific, so I am high functioning, but still don't like dealing with groups of people larger than 7 or loud ones. Okay, now with that out of the way, let us begin. Cast is a short list. There's Karen. There's me, Loopy Looney, who has his genius moments. Security guard. So I was at the store going for some clothes and game cards, ran the games I had to death, and was currently looking at some candies for my younger brothers and sisters. It is probably a good time to mention that when I have a task to do, I tend to tunnel vision. This is also probably when the Karen decided to materialize next to me. Here is how the conversation went. Excuse me. Huh? Oh, sorry, what was that? I need... She starts listing a shopping list. It is now I took notice of who I was talking to. The Karen was a smallish woman with brunette hair, gaudy glasses, and looked to be late 20s, early 30s maybe. I am terrible with guessing ages. I'm sorry, but I don't work here, I say, pointing to my cart of stuff. Karen looks at my cart, looks at me, back to the cart, then squints at me. Don't you try to lie to me. I get anxious easily in social interactions, and this woman was sending signals of aggression. So yeah, I was stressed. I'm sorry, but I really don't work here. I said I need, repeats list of stuff, now. This goes on for a while, and Karen gets more and more aggressive. All the while, I'm getting more and more stressed and trying to keep myself under control. For those who don't know, people who are on the autistic spectrum can have what's called a meltdown. Yes, it can be just stomping their feet or crying, but it can also range from fidgeting with something to full-out brawling out of nowhere just because they were stressed out. I was starting to twitch and fidget, which was my body saying I was reaching my breaking point. Now, after a few attempts to explain that I don't work here and being cut off, our dear Karen decides to fling this comment out. I bet your mother would be so disgusted with the way you treated me. That's if she's still alive. She was probably too stupid to be breathing and died before you could be taught to respect your elders. I was 24, still am as of this post. Y'all, that set me off. I'm willing to take whatever trash talk you want at me, but I will never let anyone just downgrade and berate my family. The next thing that came out of me was a string of insults that I think she only caught half of, but I was somehow able to keep a dull roar. I can't remember all of them, I was in a rage, but it was along the lines of, your mama probably faked her death just so you would step off and stop leeching off of her. And, did your daddy finally leave you? Is that why you're trying to talk to me? Here's a tip, sweetheart. Try talking with a kinder tone, cause spit and venom ain't gonna make people like you. And, I hope your kindergarten teacher's still alive, cause she should teach you some manners. Cause your mom's probably ran off cause Modella's better than your attitude. The one that stuck with me was, I would pay cold cash just to see which unlucky lover decided to take Satan to drag you below hell or the Grim Reaper to keep you in purgatory, cause at this point, the only reason you're still alive is that I doubt that God, the devil, or even the judges of purgatory would want you near them. Yes, I roll back to a country accent when I lose my temper. I stopped using it because I had too many people ask me to repeat myself. Karen's face was goldfished for about 5 seconds. Then she resembled something between a goblin and an angry tomato, and proceeded to smack me. Didn't hurt, but was loud. Okay, ow? And feel better? Yes, I said ow because ow is something you're supposed to say after being hit. Karen then reels her head back and spits on me. Yuck, germs. She then gets ready to hit me another time, to which I held up a finger which somehow stopped Karen and said, Ma'am, if you hit me 3 times, I can use self-defense to retaliate. When I was younger, we were taught that if you were cornered or were hit 3 or more times before hitting back, it would be considered self-defense. Karen called bull snozzle and swung at me. Out of nowhere, a large arm reaches over my shoulder and grabbed Karen's arm mid-swing. In shock, I look back to see security guard. I didn't notice the guy until then and with surprise said, Hi there. What's the problem here? This employee refused to help me, and when I asked him where something was, he cursed and was rude towards me. Security guard looked at me. Is this true? Well, I was rude, but I don't work here and she insulted my family first.
Liar! He disrespected me and should be fired.
We can go get the manager if you want. He can sort this out.
No, I want you to do your job and take him out of here.
Cue Karen and security guard going back and forth, with Karen insulting security guard for failing to do his duties and for me for being a lazy worker. I was losing all fricks I could give for this. After a few minutes, Karen finally says the famous Karen war cry,
I want to speak to your...
And before she could finish, I dialed my autism to the max, unscrewed the dial, left it spinning, and said, Wah? Karen pauses, then squinted at me.
What?
Wah?
What?
Security guard starts to walk around the confused Karen. Wah?
What?
Karen, realizing security guard has cuffed her.
What?
Security guard escorts her out. I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying. I loudly say, Wah? Don't know what happened afterwards. Honestly, don't care. But I got home safe. Lesson learned? When in doubt, ask why. Okay, this post was very freaking anime. Karen getting cuffed.
Nani?
Anyways, still a good story. I appreciate your shift to a southern country, whatever the hell you want to call it, accent. And that Karen was straight up a bully that does not belong in public, because that level of incompetence is like dangerous. And you guys won't know this, but I screwed up saying incompetence like 4 times, and I found that ironic. Alright, this story's called, No, You Can't Call Me In. I don't work for you anymore. I used to work for a small family-owned restaurant. They were honestly awful. Their adult kids all worked for them too, and they were spoiled and very bossy, and of course, favored over all the non-related staff. I should have listened to the huge red flag at the interview where they said that they go through a lot of staff, other than the kids, because everyone they hire is stupid and doesn't last long. Oh boy. They treated me terribly, yelling at me for small things, making me do horrible, gross jobs that no one else wants to do, and putting me down constantly. I even had several customers ask for the owner to tell them specifically how good my service was. They would brush it off and tell me the customer was wrong. One time I called in sick because I was vomiting. I was told, No, you're coming in. Sometimes we feel sick too, but we still make the effort. I was like, no, I will vomit. Pretty sure I can't be working in a food place tonight. They hung up on me. After 2 months, I'd had enough and I quit. This was almost 2 years ago. A little while ago, I was out just browsing some shops when I got a phone call from an unknown number. I had deleted the owner's contact info, so I had no idea it was her. Hello?
Hello?
My name.
Can you work tonight?
Sorry? Who is this?
This is...
Her name.
I need you to work tonight. We're very busy. 6:30, okay?
I don't work for you anymore.
Yes, you do. You need to come in at 6:30.
No, sorry. I resigned ages ago, and I'm not available anyway. Bye. I hung up. She tried calling me back 3 times, then sent me a text that said,
Yes, you are. 6:30.
I blocked her number and went about my day. What? Has this, happened to anyone else? I'm sure it maybe has, but, that's ridiculous. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.